What's good, party people? This is Voodoo in the Woods. I am According to Woods, and he is former U of MMA champion, one Voodoomaximus. There you go.
Hey man,
What's good, Jim?
that reminds me of the New Age Outlaw intro.
Yes, I might be a badass villain or a road dog. Either way, probably Road Dogg, and hopefully Road Dogg is, apparently he's recovering from what looked to be a heart attack. So shout out to the
Oh,
former WWE, WWF Tag Team Champion, Road Dogg, and I'm just glad that he's still with us. He's a WWE producer, so and if he's not in the Hall of Fame, he should be. He should be. The New Age Outlaws absolutely should be. But
I,
yeah,
I
I'm just
I'll tell you, man, that's a tough way to make a living.
What, hey, getting a heart attack or putting water in your mouth while you're trying to talk?
No, the wrestling,
Oh, yes, I agree.
and
100%.
sports entertainment wrestling. It's a tough task, but they
But
do it, man. They find a way to do it.
not just do they find a way to do it, but they're getting paid a lot more than UFC fighters under this like Reebok and now Venom deal. Yeah, so that's why I can't be more elated to not talk UFC. This is our first ever non-UFC version of Voodoo in the Woods, and I think it's apropos because this is day one of the Venom deal, and there's only like a $500 if you're a lower tier fighter and a $2,000 differential. That's being if you're a champion defending or actually winning a championship. It's only a $2,000 increase in terms of what the Reebok deal was, which I understand Tyron Woodley now. I understand John Jones now, which I never thought I would say. But then again, it also tells you, like, when Jones is saying, I want to get cut and whatever, he must have looked at this fucking deal and it was like, fuck that, right? So, um, a lot of people, I guarantee you, tomorrow night's fight, the fight that we're going to cover for Bellator 255, a lot of the fighters on the card, I mean, like from like midway up, especially the co-main and the main event, they will essentially get more than a UFC fighter champion in just sponsorships alone. Which
Yes,
kudos,
yes.
kudos to
The good,
Pitbull.
yeah. The good thing about Bellator is, the sky's the limit when it comes to sponsorship. There is no limit. However many sponsors you can gather up is what you're gonna ride with. So some of these guys are making upwards of six figure in just sponsorship alone. You know what I mean? Not to
Yeah,
talk about their fighter pay, bonuses, and all that. So this is a benefit being or it's one of the benefits being a Bellator fighter. So that is to be noticed. So John Jones is talking about, why don't you just cut me? Why don't you just cut me? It seems that the next best thing for him will be the Bellator. So I guess he'll be able to make his money in sponsorship. So there you go.
yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, again, I am super excited to cover this UFC. I mean, bleh, Bellator. Fuck the UFC right now. The Bellator 255 preview show, and yeah, man, this is cool because we actually have a somebody that has basically made his like Bellator his home in terms of his pro career, and that gentleman is the one, the only Jordan Newman. Jordan Newman is essentially 2-1, right? All of his fights happening in Bellator, this one no exception, right? And he's facing a debuting Branko Busick, which it reminds me of Big Bully Busick back in like early '90s WWF, there was a guy with a fucking handlebar mustache and a bowler cap, and he just looked a like literally like a fucking pack of rocks, like one of those Pokemons that fucking I don't know Pokemon Morph or whatever the fuck. I know nothing of Pokemon apparently, but yeah, he looks like a big whatever, but. As does Bronco Busick, because your first name is Bronco. Of course, you're gonna look like you're a fucking fire hydrant. You're gonna be built like a brick shithouse. That's what you should be if your name is Bronco, right? Your first name is Bronco. But Jordan Newman, right? Actually, Bronco Busick is 2-1, and Jordan Newman is undefeated as a pro. All of those, both of those fights, this one no exception, happening at Bellator. So my goodness, for somebody to essentially ply their entire pro career. Obviously, he's at Rufus Sport. There might be a Pettis kind of association. He has a wrestling pedigree, but Jordan Newman, undefeated at Bellator. That's not bad.
Yes, yes, yes. Undefeated indeed. Like we always say, man, if it ain't broke, there's no need trying to fix it. Why would we try and reinvent the wheel? The wheel already works just as it is. So I will be going with the young Jordan Newman. The man's only had three fights, one amateur fight, and then he was like, you know what, man, I need money. He went pro. 2 fights later, he's undefeated in Bellator. Now he's on his third, and I'm seeing him winning this one again with controlling wrestling, dominant wrestling, and possibly ground and pound finish in the third round.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Nothing against Bronco, but I also think, because here's the deal with Bellator. Do they have gimme fights? You can't tell me that to prove it to like the person who is brought in a gimme, right? The fighter that is the gimme fighter, right? But they have been known to do that. But it happens in boxing, right? So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. So I say Jordan Newman finishes Bronco Busick third round TKO.
And in all fairness, the fella Nicholas Bronco, he is on a 2-fight win streak. He lost his first, but he has
Nicholas
since
Bronco?
learned. Yeah, yeah, he has since learned from his losing ways, and now he's on a 2-fight win streak. So, he won one by choke, and he won the other one by punch. So, hopefully, he's gonna bring forth a formidable pressure and give Mr. Newman a run for his money. But either way, I'm still going with Mr. Newman to win this one.
No, agreed. Which I don't. Where's there a Nicholas? I got Bronco Busick.
Yeah, it's Nicholas Bronco Busick or something like that. Yeah,
I got this Bronco Busick.
Nicholas
Maybe my
Bronco
chap.
Busick.
Okay. All right. Cool. It just says Bronco Busick on mine, so that's it. So that dude's
Yeah.
Bronco Busick to me. Um,
If you check out his fighter details, are you looking at the
uh,
fighter
yeah,
detail?
yeah. I clicked on the thing,
Nicholas, you see
and it
Nicholas?
says Bronco Busick.
What?
Oh, oh wait, yeah. Give a name. Never mind. Fuck it. He's Bronco Busick. I don't give a shit.
Hey, Bronco
Nicholas.
Busick works for
Yeah,
me, man.
yeah,
Gary Busick,
yeah.
Bronco Busick. What's the difference?
Big Willie Busick and Biff Busick, who's now something in WWE NXT. I think he's a tag champion. But yeah, well, another story, another
Wow.
day. Bronco Busick for the win. Oh no, fuck the other guy, Newman. Sup, brothers? Says Don McGuire. I'm going with the dude that wins absolutely, even though I can't remember his name. It's Jordan Newman for the win. That's what we're going. That's what we're going with. All right. So and Don McGuire, I don't know if you've seen CFFC, or seen the top of the show. Apparently, at CFFC 94, somebody lost their finger. Somebody lost their finger. That's legit. So, thoughts and prayers to a finger. Hopefully, he gets it. But if not, man, I'm gonna point somebody out. And they say they stole the finger for, some people, they grab the mouthpieces and everything when a fighter throws it out of the ring. Hey, if you get a fucking finger, you keep that son of a bitch. Just saying. Souvenir. I paid $65 for tickets. I get a finger in return.
I'm going home with a finger.
Yeah, I'm going with the finger. Yeah. Now, uh, in the next bout, in the 175, 70-pound division, we have Roman Feraldo, right?
Hmm.
Who's a perfect 4-0, yeah, 4-0 like bestower, fighter, and what have you.
Hmm.
Having two of his pro fights happening in the, yeah, like basically on the regional scene. Then he fought for Titan FC, and then he beat Pat Casey with a flying knee back in November of 2020. Now he's going up against Trevor Goad. The Scarecrow is 2-1, 2-1, and he basically had a run in Cage Titans, fought twice for them, one win, one loss, and then beat Cronny Gracie at Bellator 252 in November as well. So both of them, Roman as well as Trevor, they both fought on the same card, different opponents, different dance
Hmm.
partners
Hmm.
of that time. So
Hmm.
Voodoomaximus, how do you see it going? 4-0,
Well,
2-1.
this one's you know, like we always say, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But there's something particular here that catches my attention, and that's the 6'7" frame of this Trevor Goody, the Scarecrow. 6'7". Gee whiz, that's a long dude. Long dude.
Mm-hmm.
76.5 reach. Mm.
Yep.
Wingspan, height, but does he have speed? That's the question. He's got the reach advantage, but does he have speed? I'm banking that he doesn't have the speed necessary to stop the young Roman Feraldo. I'm sticking with Roman Feraldo to stick one out. Uh,
Yeah.
I see him winning this one with body shots, man. I see body shots, no later than the third round.
So, if theoretically speaking, let me just see if I'm following your video. So, if you hit him with a body shot and his body hit the floor, that's a drowning pool sound. Let the bodies hit
Straight
the
up.
floor. Hit the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Anyway, I had to get that out.
Yeah. So, hey, what we're looking for here is an overhand right or overhand left to the body, right? Overhand to the top, finish to the body. That's what I'm seeing here, man. That's what I'm seeing here. And I think Roman can pull this one off and stay perfect.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, Roman TKO, right? We're doing TKO?
Sure, why not? TKO,
Yeah.
why not? Hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see on that one. And Don McGuire giving us insight to the CFFC. He was fighting Tyson. Not sure which Tyson, but Tyson. Hopefully it's not Tyson Chicken. Like Tyson Chicken gave him a horrible reaction, in terms of his weight replenishment after the weight cut and what have you, and then he lost his finger due to bad Tyson Chicken. That's what I want to believe. I'm just saying. I don't.
Hey, is Mr. McGuire insinuating that someone bits his finger off? Someone
Oh,
like a
oh,
Tyson?
okay. I
I
got
think that's
it.
what he's trying
I got it. Man, I'm slow. I am slow. Oh
to.
my gosh.
I believe that's
Anyway,
illegal.
yeah, but then again, I think CFFC right now they may be running the arena at in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Do you know what
Hmm.
the arena is?
No.
Okay, it's the former ECW arena. Yes, they're fighting at the ECW
The
arena.
the ballroom,
Yes, they're fighting at the ECW arena.
something Stein ballroom.
No, no, no,
What's
not
it called again?
Hammerstein. No, the ECW.
Oh, it's called
Yeah,
ECW Arena.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
so it's now the arena, right? The 2300 arena, because it's at the 2300 block of
Right.
Swanson and Rittner, right? So it's
Okay.
just the arena, but that's where tonight's CFFC 94 is taking place, just like CFFC 93 a couple
I
weeks
see. I
ago.
see.
So again, here we go. Somebody gets their finger basically broken off, right? For those who keeping score, got the finger cut, like broken off. It's in the crowd, and none other than CM Punk. CM Punk, who's a commentator along with John Morgan for CFFC, had to call on the announce system, "Hey, he lost his finger."
Wow. That's a
So EC
that's
Dub,
a first.
EC Dub,
That's a
EC
first
Dub.
right there.
Yeah, losing your finger. He's not the first to lose his finger at that arena, so kudos to you for fulfilling a stigma. So right on, 10 points. And now, and Don McGuire says underdog is the scarecrow. He might be, absolutely, absolutely. And
I mean,
okay, and then he says it was only a joke. Tyson bit Evander's ear. I mean, he would have to
yeah.
be trading that John Jones reach advantage to get his finger bit. Unless I would think that the Philadelphia Athletic Commission would kind of figure out like, hey, every time he puts his fist in the face and whatever, and this guy responds, then like that, like maybe they would have called the fight. But again, crazy shit happens at the ECW arena, so there it is. There's a little bit more luster
Hey,
to that, more bloodshed.
I wouldn't be surprised if his finger got caught up in the cage somehow and just ripped off. I wouldn't be surprised. You
There you
know.
go. There you go. Just landing somebody's beer. 10 points. You should have went straight edge, like CM Punk. I'm just saying. Straight edge means I'm better than you, says CM Punk. And Nate Wren of Podium Sports, he wants to know, he wants to hear our thoughts on Anderson Silva fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in June in Mexico.
Hmm. Shall I
Go
first?
first. I know what I'm going to say. Go for it.
uh, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is not a formidable opponent. He's not a smasher, for lack of a better word. So I think it's a very good choice for Anderson in regards to boxing. Someone who wouldn't really hurt him. I mean, someone capable of hurting him. Don't get me wrong. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. will hurt you if you are slipping, but it seems Anderson has all the reach advantage in this fight. So why not fight a name? Even though it's a junior, but Julio Cesar Chavez. You know what I mean? That's a
Yep.
known name. You know, so why not? Why not? It's a good match for him. It's a good match for him. I see nothing wrong with this one.
I You know what? Fuck it. Let's do that, right? Let's have. I mean, since we're going with freak show fights, right? We're gonna go. Let's go have Chavez Senior versus Chavez Junior and Anderson Silva against Mike Tyson. Fuck it. Triller, book it.
Why
And who else
not?
is on YouTube? Who's the fucking
Hey,
guy with the devil Nikes? The little Nas
oh yeah.
X, right? Let's have him fight Takeshi is 6'9" in Takeshi's Castle, which used to be the most extreme elimination challenge on Spike TV, and just fucking have them fucking sock and bop the fuck out of each other. I don't give a shit. Well,
Hey,
why
hey,
not?
speaking of Nas X, how do you think the real Nas feels? This guy besmirching his name like this.
Well, first off, here we go.
How do you
You got. It's not
how
just
do you think
like.
he feels?
It's not just Nas, right? It's Lil. Anything Lil does it. Little Kim, Little John, Little Wayne, Little. It's never been good. It's never fucking been good, right? Lil. The last Lil that was cool was Lil Penny, the little fucking puppet with Anthony Hardaway back in Orlando Magic's fucking, him and Shaq run and whatever. That was the beginning of Blackstreet No Diggity fucking, playing the fucking piano. That's the only time Lil has ever been good. Ever been good. And whatever. So Lil Nas X. When I think of X, watch on one. Where my dogs at? I'm thinking about DMX. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about DX. You got two words, so you suck it, right? I'm not thinking about anything that this motherfucker, whatever. It was like, yeah, like, oh, Satan Nikes. Ha! Cool. Nobody gives a shit. Dude. Again, Nas will battle rap you. Fucking, fucking DMX will put you on a body bag and then fucking pretend he's the popo, arrest his own ass, and then fucking get the fuck out. Right? All in the same deal with riding with the Rough Riders clan and shit like that on an ATV. And you're like, what the fuck happened? That's exactly what happened.
My face hurts.
There you go. Oh, God. Holy shit. Wait. Chavez Senior is gonna fight Hector Camacho Jr.
What?
I thought it was Senior, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Camacho Senior is dead because there was like a whole like his mistress and his wife fucking clashed at the funeral and shit like that. Fuck, whatever fight card this is, I want to see.
Book it.
Yeah, Camacho's wife. That's the fucking rematch of a century, right? I want to see Camacho's wife against his mistress. Fucking 2 rounds to a finish to see who gets buried next to Camacho Sr. Fuck it. Why not?
Wow. Hey, but the question is, why would a legend, a national monument like Chavez Sr., why would he ever come back and box? That makes no sense to me. Wow.
He did it before Tyson with
Really?
Hector. Yeah, in Mexico. Nate Ren was there.
What?
Yeah.
I missed that. I had no idea.
Because everybody was the hyperbole of the Tyson Jones fight and whatever. It literally happened like a month or a month and a half before Tyson Jones on Triller.
How did he do? Did he win?
He won.
He still got it?
I mean, he won.
Wow. Hey,
It
why
hit
not,
you.
man? Hey, see, I think I can understand why all these older athletes are coming back. I mean, they've got the best treatment now. You can do some PRP and you're back. I mean, they're shooting PRPs in people's brains these days, man. So let's go.
Well, here's the fact of the matter is, right? Because you said, hey, times are better. I hardly think, this is just me, fighting in a tent in Mexico with no fans during COVID is like, yeah, come on back. Welcome back, Cotter. Let's get this shit. That doesn't seem like blockbuster extravaganza, but I could be wrong. I could be fucking wrong, but I'm just saying. Yeah. So
we shall see.
It's all about it. Don McGuire says it's all about the Benjamins. It happened in Mexico, so maybe it's the Vicente Foxes.
It's all about the pesos.
No. It's all about the pesos, baby. Hell yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Now, speaking of pesos, here's an awkward segue because we have in the next fight for Bellator 255, we have none other than a 205-pound contest with Jose Augusto Azevedo of Brazil. He's a 6'2 heavyweight, and he is going up against Johnny Bravo, Millennia MMA's own Jonathan Wilson, making his Bellator debut tomorrow night. 9-3 versus 6-2 of Jose Augusto. Who you got?
Hey, man, I'm not going against Johnny Bravo. Bravo all the way. It's going to be a fight for him because the Brazilian fella, Jose Augusto, he's a pretty juju. He's a pretty big fella. I mean, he's what, 6'4", 6'5", or something like that. His jiu-jitsu is going to be quite clear. But if Johnny Bravo can keep his feet moving and stick and move, he can pull this one off with at least a split decision victory.
No,
I'm going with Johnny Bravo nonetheless. He's an American fighter.
Absolutely. And I mean, Rancho Cucamonga, that's Millennium MMA. That's right down the road, right? So,
That's right.
um, some roads are longer than others, my God, but yeah, Johnny Bravo. And it's crazy. This is happening at 205. Obviously, Augusto is or Acevedo, I should say, right? Acevedo is a heavyweight, right? Who's coming down to 205.
Hmm.
So there's that. But again, it's a natural 205 for Johnny Bravo. So I agree,
Yes.
Nate
Yes.
Ren, Johnny Bravo all the way. I say second round KO.
Yes. The big fella, he's going to be dealing with that weight cut. So if Johnny can put it on him, he could possibly knock him out clean. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think it's gonna be a tough fight for him. Split decision. That's I'm sitting on that split decision.
Okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Now, in the 160-pound weight class, we have, I mean, a guy who's literally fought everywhere and fought almost everybody. El Matador, Roger Huerta, right?
Yes.
UFC alumnus, went in there against Benson Henderson, Patricky Pitbull, and Sidney Outlaw. Unfortunately, on the wrong side of victory, right? But he's somebody who trains at Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand, right? But he's going up against a undefeated Chris CG Gonzalez, right? Who's undefeated. Um, man, I got Gonzalez unanimous decision on this one.
um, I mean Roger Huerta. He's I mean, wasn't he the first MMA fighter to land on that magazine? What's that magazine called again?
Fighters only.
Men's. Men, no, 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 no.
Maxim
Like men's magazine.
Playboy.
GQ magazine or something like
Oh,
that. I believe he was
apparently, I
he was
can't
on
read.
G. Yeah. Anyways, Roger Huerta has been around for a very long time. He started in the UFC
Yeah,
in 2006, and I can't believe he's still fighting. That
yeah.
I I hope he doesn't need money, man. I hope he's just doing it because he enjoys it. I so hope that's the case because
Right.
stepping in there against this young buck, Chris Gonzalez, the young man is 5-0 as we speak, and I mean undefeated as an amateur, 2 fights as an amateur, and he's still undefeated. I mean he's been in Bellator for what 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be his 5th fight in Bellator, and he's still undefeated. Understand that the kid is perfect, and he's gonna
Yeah.
remain perfect. How he does it, I don't know. You say he's gonna knock him out?
I'd say unanimous decision. I don't think that Huerta goes silently into the night, right? But he does. He's gonna look like what is it? Uh, the meat before you put it in the oven for meatloaf. That's what I'm going
Yeah.
with.
Yeah, I also agree with that unanimous decision. I see a complete fight. I see lots of mixed martial arts in here. I see grappling. I see kickboxing. Very little kickboxing, but you'll see some hands thrown. But most of this fight is going to take place in the clinch and on the ground. And I think the young Chris Gonzalez can pull this one off. Unanimous
I
decision.
I agree here. Now Don McGuire says Voodoo got to wash that gray out your hair, homie. Dude, Don McGuire, let's talk. Let's talk. He sends me these fucking emojis of a animated version of himself with like an old ass like 70-year old whatever. This motherfucker is damn near 10 years older than me, can fucking out grapple me, out fucking punch me, outrun me, out fucking no. We ain't buying that shit, Voodoo. We ain't buying that shit. Get that shit somewhere else. Standing neck bridges and shit from fucking. Get the fuck out of here, sir. Not old. This motherfucker is the fountain of youth. Good lord. Oh,
Hey,
gee.
it's growing here too, man. Hey, what can I say, Mr. McGuire? I mean, I didn't want it to grow; it just grew on its own. So I'm
I
gonna
have
just leave it, man. I'm gonna just leave it.
one Maybe two. Maybe two. Just saying. Give a shit. Yeah. And it's not even like, oh, age shaming or whatever the fuck. It's like, I just don't like hair. I don't like to fuss with this shit. So shave this, shave this. Maybe the balls look like eggs after. I'm just saying. Shout out to Manscaped. Get 20% off when you fucking, use the promo code WOODS to go deep into the fucking woods and shave your fucking hairy silver surfer ass underpants. See? Manscaped, you should get on this. You should sponsor this fucking show, is what I'm saying. Just saying. Just saying. Because sometimes you need your balls smooth when they fucking sag to the toilet, when you fucking sit down. Maybe you got a dunkaroo, So, now, something that isn't going to dunkaroo is a fight between Fabio Aguilar, who is 17-1, so nearly perfect in an 18-fight career, and he's going up against USA's. Actually, no, he's not.
Russia.
Khalid Musam. Yeah, Russia. God, that's not. Well, maybe I'm colorblind and I can't read either. Jesus. It's like, I thought that was a U.S. flag, but it's a Russian flag. So shout out to Russia, I guess, right? But we have Khalid Murat. You know what? I'm going to do? I'm going to phone a friend. I'm going to get some help with this because apparently I don't have the foreign name pronunciation classes by Voodoo for one payment of $9.99.99 or 4 easy payments of $4.99.99. Apparently I cannot pronounce Frankie Khalid's name as well as the scholar, the gentleman scholar pugilist that is Voodoomaximus, right? So I need to get this here. And I got no excuses. Hey, you got, stimulus money. Hey, we got some income tax back, hopefully. So you got to put that shit on the front foreign name pronunciation classes by Voodoo. It is amazing and it'll change your life. And he is going to give you an example by pronouncing Khalid's last name. So, after you, good sir.
It looks like a Khalid Murtazaliyev. 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 Khalid Murzataliyev. It sounds like he's actually a Russian. Russian, of course, but Muslim. I think he's Muslim. Khalid Murtazaliyev. Murtazaliyev.
Do tell. How did you get that?
Khalid. Khalid is
I figured as much. It's an
Arabic.
Not making a generalization, but
Murtazaliyev. Hey, there's a good chance he's Muslim. I guarantee you. I can almost guarantee that he's Muslim. I can almost guarantee it. Khalid.
Or, are you sure it's Khalid or is it Khalid, like that portly fucking gentleman on the Doritos commercial? That's a DJ out in Florida. That might be maybe 2 belt sizes waist sizes away from me with my Corona weight championship. Champ shit only. We the best. There you go. That's what I got.
Hey, speaking of Khalid wins this one by unanimous decision, by the way.
Yep, he's going to grapple the shit out of Fabio Aguilar, and it's not going to be pretty. It's not at all. I'm just saying.
Not at all.
No,
it is what it is.
Now, you said pretty. One would even say sexy, right? Because we have Ricardo Seixas, 9-2 out of Brazil, and he's going up against Mandel Rat Garbage Nando, which isn't a fucking sexy name. But if you see this gentleman's kind of hair situation or whatever, you might get Rat Garbage is what might draw your mind. So Mandel Nando, Rat Garbage. That's literally his fucking fight name. So who you got, Voodoo?
This one is an interesting one because we have High Star's own Mr. Garbage versus his opponent, Sasquatch.
Okay.
The man named himself Garbage, man. What do you want me to say? He calls himself
Sasquatch
Garbage.
versus
Not
Rat
only
Garbage.
garbage, rat garbage. Rat garbage. What I mean, the man's he's garbage. He's Mr. Garbage. The man's name is Mr. Rat Garbage. Going up against Sasquatch of King's MMA. Now, I can't go against King's MMA, man. Rafael Cordero. I mean, the other guy, British Columbia. What's his name? Faraz Zahabi. Faraz is great. Faraz is great. But I just don't have any footage of Faraz actually getting in the cage and fighting. I mean, he's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing him. But I just never seen the man fight. But King's MMA zone, Rafael Cordero, he gets it on. He gets it on. So I gotta go with the guy that's training the guy that's been in there already. I gotta go with that guy. And that's King's MMA. So I'm going with the Sasquatch to take this one home. Ricardo Sasquatch Sexa. So let's go.
Oh my God! I went down Mr. Rat Garbage's Instagram. There's like pictures of people like rat shitting on people's ears.
Oh my
Like he
God.
really is. He's about that life. Dead rats. Like, I mean, obviously artistic depictions of rats. There's one in like a Wakandan. It's all fucked up, man. So don't go down the wormhole that I did, folks. Do not go
I
to
won't be.
Rat Garb. Yes, don't save yourself.
Mr. Rat,
Yeah,
but Mr. Rat Garbage is a pretty good jujitsu artist. Lots of
yes, he is.
submission victories, lots of submission victories. But unfortunately for him, his opponent also has many submission victories. Primarily, lots of kimura and arm bars. We see some knee bars in there. You know, he can knock you out with uppercuts and punches too. Mr. Rat Garbage has a head kick knockout. This guy had a front kick and punches knockout. So it's going to be a very evenly matched performance from both of them. And I am going with the Sasquatch fella. Like I said, Sasquatch. He wins this one. Split decision.
No, 100%, 100%. Yeah, fuck, man. I actually want Mandel Nalo to fucking get his ass whipped for putting that shit on his Instagram. I'm fucking thoroughly disturbed. Fuck, man. Like, you might be a nice person, but fuck, man. Why? Why, dude? Bullshit, man. Fuck this. But one thing is probably going to be like Foxville is TJ Hamilton's chances, right? He's 15-7. From the good old USFA is CJ, right? He is the Autobot, right? Well, he's going to need all bits of automation, right? In terms of his strategy and what have you, because he is literally going up against a Russian who's damn near perfect in Magomedov, right? It's damn near two first
Mm-hmm.
names, right? You
Mm-hmm.
take the off, he's Magomed. Like, they just
Mm-hmm.
bred him to fight. Like, they didn't even give a
Mm-hmm.
shit about his name. They're just like, your name is going to be like your last name. Your first name is going to be like your last name, and you're going to fight. You're going to fucking do it well. Fuck yeah. Right? So that's it. So I say Magomed just wrestle fucks the shit out of CJ Hamilton. And this is going to be a unanimous decision going Magomedov's way.
Yes, yes. Magomedov. First, first of all, he beat Pietre Yan back in the days, and then Pietre came back and beat him, which is the only loss on his record.
Right?
And it was a decision. It was a unanimous decision win for Pietre, and a split decision when he beat Pietre. But the man has been on a win streak since running into Pietre Yan. And yes, he can wrestle. You're absolutely correct about that but the man got hands and feet as well. He is what you call a complete fighter. He is a Khabib-like type fighter that just relies on the wrestling. He is no Khabib-like. The man is a complete mixed martial. Knows how to mix things up. He throws a proper strike at the right time. Let's just call it that. He wrestles when he has to. He kicks when he has to. He boxes when he has to. He is just the epitome of mixed martial arts. And then he's going in against CJ. CJ Hamilton is a very good fighter. Don't get me wrong. Unfortunately for him, he's going in there against Magomed the Tiger. And, you know, the Tiger, what's CJ to a Tiger? What's a CJ Hamilton
What's an
to a
Autobot?
Tiger?
An Autobot versus a Tiger.
What's an Autobot? What's an Autobot to a Tiger? You know, the difference here is Autobots is fiction. It's fiction. It's make-believe, right? But a tiger is the biggest cat there is in the jungle. So therefore, I'm going with the biggest cat there is in the jungle. You know what I mean? He's gonna do this unanimous decision, and he is going to show the difference in skill between he and CJ. CJ is good, but this guy is better.
I feel like CJ is going to, want to be back on the Ramones, right? Because if you notice, right, Joey Ramone would always, at the start of most of every Ramone song during the time of CJ's inclusion of the band, CJ was one of the bass players, right? And after Dee Dee, it was like, take it, CJ! And then they fucking went into a 3-chord fucking onslaught on your ears, your mind, and your soul. And that's it. And, Voodoo, let's box at 175, homie.
You got it, man. But I gotta make that weight though. Right now, I'm ranging like around 195, 200. So I still got a whole lot of weight to drop to get to that level. But I'm
Whole
in.
lot of weight?
I'm in, Mr. McGuire.
I want your weight. Can I steal your weight?
Yeah.
I'm floating about 230, motherfucker. I'm at 230, so I'm not proud of it. This is literally the weight that I was when I was my fattest. I've grown up a little bit, but like 9 inches from my high school days, but it's not pretty. I'm 230, good Lord.
Hey, but let me tell you something, Mr. McGuire. Let me tell you something. I will make. Hey, I need a reason to lose this weight at 175. Just give me some time.
There you go. He says excuses.
Can I lose the weight first?
Wow. Hey,
just give me some time. Give me some time.
I'll live stream it. Let's go. Put up or shut up. Fuck it. I'll live stream this shit.
Let's go.
Don't even trip. I got you. Got you guys, man. But speaking of going, we're going to the women's flyweight division of Bellator. We have Japan's Kana Watanabe against Adriana Lara, right, of Venezuela. Now, it's Adriana Lara is azul, which is Spanish for blue, right? She is a veteran of MMA war, Bellator for sure. She's fought a lot of her career in Bellator, most recently besting Vita Arteaga, and that was by unanimous decision back in December of 2019. And she is back, and she's facing a damn near undefeated 9 wins, 1 draw, Kana Watanabe. And Watanabe is, she's been in here. She made her Bellator debut at actually the same card that Adriana Lara beat Vita, and that was at Bellator 237, December of 2019. And Kana basically beat Ilara Ione by a ground and pound 3rd round deal. She's got during Deep Jewels 26, she basically got a rear naked choke in the 1st round. So she's pretty much a complete fighter. She's got decisions. She's got KOs, punches from crucifix. That happened at Deep Jewels 23 back in March of 2019. That's like an old school fucking crucifix. You fuck somebody up where you just fucking crucifix them and just fucking hammer down some shit, dude. That's hell. That's hell, man. So, and I think Kana
uh,
is gonna put Asul through hell. So my pick, Kana Watanabe, second round TKO.
Alejandra Lara is very well versed on the ground as well. Very well versed on the ground. I mean, I'm looking over here. I see armbar victories. I see red naked armbar. So she's good. She's good on the ground. But unfortunately for her, Kana-san, Kana Watanabe, she has been doing this grappling thing, and actually, especially judo, since since childhood. Uh, this is what she knows. She comes from Fighters Flow, and you know how we feel about Flow. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, Connor's about to take her on a journey, on that Flow journey, and it's not gonna be for the casual fan. The casual fan will not understand the technical aspect of this particular matchup, but the the student of this MMA that we watch, the student of MMA will appreciate this. Someone like a Brian Peterson will appreciate this because there will be lots of wrestling, lots of clinching. There will be some striking, but primarily the striking will lead to the clinch, which will take it to the ground, and eventually Kana is gonna wear her out, wear her down, frustrate her, and eventually Kana is gonna get the third round submission.
Yeah. Okay. And so I got second round KO. You got third round submission, but
Mm-hmm.
Kana-san is a consensus pick. No matter how it goes down, that's the way it's going down. She's coming
That's
with her
right.
hand raised and sending Azul Alejandro Lara back to Venezuela, singing, what is it? The blue? There's a Leanne Rhyme song. Something blue, lonesome, lonesome for you. She's gonna be lonesome, lonesome for that win because Kana is gonna take that away, right? So there you go. So consensus pick Kana Watanabe. Now we have a 155-pound uh, scrap. It is elite MMA's Mike Hamill, Magic Mike Hamill, 7-4. He basically lost the split decision to Adam Borix. Um, you know, at Fierce FC was his last win against Fabio, Duff. Why did I say Fabio? Fabio Serrano, and he won a unanimous decision. But he's fought at Combate Americas,
Mm-hmm.
LFA. He's been all over the place, right? But somebody who's going to take him all over the place is the undefeated Usman Nurmagomedov, right? And you might be, I've never heard the name Nurmagomedov as it relates to MMA at all. Never heard of it at all. Never heard of it. So this young upstart that doesn't have maybe a family member that has ever been champion might also be undefeated. That has probably never happened. Obviously, I'm bullshitting. It's April Fools. That was my one for the day. Whatever. But Usman Nurmagomedov, man, he's got the same lineage as Habib, right? Same last name at the very least,
Yes.
right? So he
Mm-hmm.
has
Yes.
wins
Yes.
and punches. UAE, GFC, Fight Nights Global. The
Mm-hmm.
Fight Nights Global, they
Mm-hmm.
just said, hey, you win, and you win by even a way that is pretty unfamiliar to today's casuals. Punches, referee stoppage. They had to put like punches, not a TKO, not a ground and pound, whatever. They said punches. Referees said, "No, motherfucker, you this is not where your pass go. Do not connect. $200. So I got fucking Usman, not Kamaru Usman, but Usman Nurmagomedov for the win.
Yes.
He's gonna finish Mike Hamill. Don't know how he's gonna finish him, but he's gonna finish him in the third round because Hamill is not gonna go quietly into the night.
Yes. Yes. This Usman fella is the one that you always hear DC and Khabib talking about. Usman this, Usman He is so good. He is the very best. This is the guy. This is the guy. Now he's in Bellator. Now he gets to because he's on a big stage now. The biggest stage he's ever been on is here. Now he gets to prove himself in front of the American audience. I'm guessing he'll fight here maybe 2, 3, 4 times, and then he'll jump ship and go to the UFC. Right? They're pushing him along just right. They're not throwing him into the shark in the UFC, even though he is capable of making it to the UFC right now. But they're gonna hold him at Bellator. You know what I mean? Give him easier competition, right? Keep that win streak going, just like Khabib did. Fought a bunch of no names early on until he really got into the groove of things. They're using the same strategy with this young Usman. Usman is the most complete Nurmagomedov there is. Usman is the most complete Nurmagomedov there is. His kicking game is on point. His punching, his boxing is on point. His kickboxing, his Muay Thai. When it comes to dynamic striking, Usman is the one. On top of that, wrestling is his bread and butter. On top of all that skill, he's got dynamic wrestling as well. That Dagestani wrestling to go with all the skill that he's already bringing to the table. So Usman, I'm looking forward to Usman winning this one by some kind of wild knockout, maybe a head kick knockout. That's what I see for Usman. I see a head kick knockout in the second round.
Oh, second. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is a consensus pick. I say third, you say second. Definitely Mike Hamill. There isn't a reality, at least for Voodoo in the Woods, that happens where Mike Hamill walks out of this unscathed and unfinished. So, Usman Nurmagomedov finish. You say second round, I say third, but he gets finished. Mike Hamill, before the final buzzer sounds, he gets finished. And there's nothing against that. Mike Hamill, it's just like Usman might be, there's levels to this shit. So there you go. That is uttered by, hell, we're covering Bellator, but that was Corey Anderson, who will make his Bellator debut in I think a week's time. So shout out to Corey Anderson for giving us that amazing soundbite as MMA fans and connoisseurs.
Speaking of Corey Anderson, I feel so bad for that guy, man. He finally left the UFC. You know what I'm saying? He was on point. He had just beat Melvin Manhoef. He's on track for that title, and then boom, just like that, two wrenches thrown into his engine. In what's that Cuban fella, the big Cuban fella?
Oh, Yoel Romero.
Yoel Romero and Rumble. Oh, that guy cannot catch a break, man. Just when he thought he was on track to finally getting the belt, two guys get brought in, two monsters get brought in. You know what I mean? Solidifying the fact that he's never ever gonna see a title ever. Not as long as those type fellas are around. You know what I mean? He left the UFC so he can finally make a run for the title. Now you can forget about it because he's not getting through Rumble Johnson. I don't see that happening. I don't even see him getting through Yoel Romero. Not talking about Rumble Johnson. You know what I mean? So forget about it. Forget about it. Sorry, buddy.
Weird shit happens, Bellator, right? King Mo, by all intents and purposes, was supposed to win that tournament, and he fucking got like the world's slowest fucking spinning back fist by Emmanuel Newton and loses his title opportunity, never gets he never wins a professional MMA title again, right? He goes dink and it fucking goes stiff. So there's that. So never say nothing,
He got knocked out twice to that back fist by Emmanuel Newton. Twice.
Yeah.
That dude, he was special with that back fist. Special.
It was slow as all shit, but it fucking, once it made its mark, there was so much power generated. Fuck, man. Yes.
Yeah.
Ed Don McGuire says, hey, Voodoo, before I forget, brother, I want to thank you for last night. So, 10 points. And again, for those who don't know, Matt Hughes, former UFC champion and UFC Hall of Famer, was on Don McGuire's podcast. So definitely check that out on the Fighter's Voice social media pages because that's a fun one.
Most definite, man. I appreciate your interaction, Mr. McGuire. I appreciate your interaction with the legend. It was appropriate. The way your approach was perfect. Everything you did was perfect. I mean, you didn't treat him like someone who was lacking. You treated him like Matt Hughes, the Matt Hughes that we have become accustomed to. That's how you question him. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. So thank you, and a fantastic job you did last night.
Bravo, bravo. So, speaking of somebody that fortunes, right? Can fade. Well, that definitely happened because unfortunately, Matt Mitrione, UFC stalwart, now Bellator fighter, right? He was supposed to face Tyrell Fortune in this on this particular fight, but that didn't happen. So in steps former Bellator veteran, former Lights Out Extreme um, Lights Out Extreme Fighting (LXF) heavyweight champion in the Outlaw, Jack May,
Mm-hmm,
11-7, right? So
mm-hmm,
again, we've got one of the best wrestlers who ever stepped in the foot in foot in the cage, step foot in the cage. That's what I was going for,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
And he's going to get
mm-hmm.
up against the Outlaw. Who wins this one and how?
Well, I'm very familiar. I mean, as you are as well of Mr. May, right?
Yes.
From CXF, Jack May from CXF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen him fight a few times, and he's an impressive dude. And, if it's a standing battle, he's very impressive when it's a standing battle. But he's going in there against a college wrestler.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long 15 minutes for the Outlaw because
Mm-hmm.
Tyrell Fortune, he's been knocked out before.
Yes, he
Learned
has.
from his mistakes. He's learned from his mistakes. There's no way Jack is going to land anything on him that's going to stop him. So as soon as possible, Jack, the Outlaw May, will be taken to the ground, kept on the ground. If not defeated on the ground, will be unanimously defeated after 15 minutes. But I do see a finish, a ground and pound finish, no later than the second round for Mr. Fortune.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and it seems like both Matt Mitrione as well as Jack May, it seems like in the words of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, that their fortunes faded. And that
Mm-hmm.
at the hands of none other than Tyrell Fortune. So, ha, ha, yeah. And, Emmanuel Newton got choked out by Liam McGurry. Yeah, yeah. He won the Bellator title. And then now he's working at a UFC gym. Nothing wrong with it. Just said it might have been the skids. So unfortunately, but um, e- not unfortunately, but we have the co-main event of the evening. I'm not going to do the Bruce Buffer for Bellator, um, but we have the co-main event of the evening where we've got a little Gracie, Neiman Gracie, 10-1 against Jason Jackson of Jamaica, man. And Jason Jackson is the ass kicking machine.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, did I say ass kicking? Ass? Fuck, that's hard to say. Ass kiss. Wait, ass kicking. Ass. In my mind, I'm saying ass kissing. I don't know what the fuck. Ass kicking machine. There you go. He's the ass kicking machine, right? And he has wins over Benson Henderson back in November of last year, Jordan
Mm-hmm.
Main, Kiechi Kunimoto, right? All unanimous decision wins.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to Ed Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
Man, his last finish was against Scott Futrell back at LFA 64 back in
Mm-hmm.
2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he fought and won against. I mean, he KO'd fucking Diego Lima back at Titan FC 42.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that I mean, man, he is an ass kicking machine, right? But he's going up against a
Yes.
Gracie, Neiman Gracie. Uh, I
True.
mean, he might be a Gracie, but he looks like Ortega. He kind of looks like Brian Ortega. But Neiman coming off of a win, a heel hook victory over John Fitch, lost to Rory McDonald,
Mm-hmm.
beat Ed Ruth,
Mm-hmm.
which by rear naked, right? Uh, Basically beat Zach Busha via neck crank. Holy hell, man! Um, this is the way that it's gonna go. I mean, if it's somebody's, I don't see this going a full 15 minutes. This shit is gonna go. If it's a submission, it's Gracie. If it's a KO, it's Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way this is gonna go. There, this
Mm-hmm.
is this is as evenly matched striker versus jiu-jitsu practitioner as it gets, right? And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
not to say that Jason Jackson doesn't have submissions in his arsenal because he has, right? But the fact of the matter, he's a fucking. I forgot this. He was on the Ultimate Fighter season 21, and he lost via rear naked choke, right? But he beat fucking Michael Johnson back at Fight Time 12, right?
Yes.
Back in
Yes.
2012
Yes.
by a triangle choke. So
Mm-hmm.
he's got KOs, he's got everything that you want in a fighter. But again, I don't think you're gonna fucking try to out grapple a Gracie. That's not the smart thing to do. So
Right.
again, I say Neiman Gracie by submission if it goes to submission, but Jason Jackson is going to KO him if there's a KO. I don't see Neiman
Yes.
KOing fucking Jackson, and I don't see Jackson submitting Neiman. So
Mm.
there's that.
Well, the road to victory for Missy Jackson is to initiate that good old American wrestling. That good old American wrestling shuts down the hips of the Gracies every day of the week. But he's got to be able to do it. He's got to be able to execute. If he cannot do that, he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep, or his joints will be manipulated in some way, shape, or form. Jason Jackson, I believe, trains with
Sanford,
used to train
Sanford, Florida.
with the Black Zillions, I believe, right? Didn't
Right.
they? Yeah, like I think he trained with the Black Zillions back in the days, right?
Yep.
So he should have adequate wrestling because in the same camp is Chandler, Mike Chandler, and many others. Well, great wrestlers. So this is all he needs. He's got great striking. Well, we're not worried about his striking, but that takedown defense. That once that Gracie gets his hands on him, how is he going to separate himself and go back to the striking? This is a question that needs to be answered. Will you be able to
Mm-hmm.
separate yourself from Neiman Gracie and toe tag him with your hands and feet? Will you be able to? This is the question. He must not accept the clinch because when he does, it's over with. He has to maintain that distance. He has to use his distance, especially the jab. The jab will set the tone for this particular matchup. The jab. He must jab continuously. Everything else will follow, but he must initiate the jab immediately. If he can do that, he can win this fight, possibly by knockout in the third. But he's got to be able to do it. I mean, Rory McDonald did it. Rory
Yeah.
McDonald. I mean, Rory is he's got good jiu-jitsu, but he's not known for jiu-jitsu. He's known for toe tagging folks with his hands and feet, right?
Yes, he
But he's
is.
got good enough. He's got good enough wrestling to shut down this Gracie, right? Jason Jackson, the blueprint is there. Shut the hips down. You shut down the Gracie. He's trying. He's trying to. I mean, he's not trying to box you. He's not trying to kick you. He's trying to submit you because this is the Gracie legacy, right? Gracie mindset. The Gracie mindset is finishing with jiu-jitsu. Period. We're not gonna punch you. We're not gonna kick you. We're gonna take you down. We're gonna submit you. This is what we do. This is our lineage. This is what our name is all about. Submission. So don't expect anything other than submission from Neiman Gracie. He's not gonna do anything other than that. So his job is easy, but yet it's a difficult task at the same time. He's got to create separation by establishing the jab. If he does that, everything else will follow because the jab will allow him to enter free flow if he's capable of initiating that wrestling that's going to keep him on his feet. If he can do that, he'll be able to initiate free flow and then toe tag the young Gracie. So I'm banking on him to be able to do that. The least he can do is stay on his feet. The least he can do is stay on his feet. If he can do that, he gets the victory. And I'm going with Jason Jackson. Split decision.
There we go. I like it. John Garcia's Gracie will win second round submission. So
yeah,
I guess that's if it's a KO, it's like Francis and Stipe. If it's a KO, it's gonna be Jackson. If it's a fucking submission, it's gonna be Gracie. So that's it. And guess what? Look at none other than Devin Brock, right? Devin Brock in his professional debut, his pro debut happens at the Forum at Bellator, and he fucking finishes a Gracie. So it can be done. I mean, I rock a Sakuraba. Nothing against the Gracie, but Sakuraba and catch wrestling. That's my shit, right? So,
shut the hips down.
Exactly. So that's it. I'm pulling for Jordan, but I'm pulling for Jordan, but like I said, submission, Gracie, KO. We've got Mr. Ass Kicking Machine. So there you go. Now this one I am excited because we're at the main event of the evening. We have Patricio Pitbull, right? The reigning and defending Bellator. I mean, he's a double champion. He is defending his featherweight title against Emmanuel Sanchez. 31-4 is the champion, and El Matador, Emmanuel Sanchez, comes to the Bellator cage, like Michael C. Williams says, with a impressive 20-4 victory. Most would even argue that it was very close with that they graded it a unanimous decision in their first outing back in 2018, November of 2018. But he made his way back. Obviously, beating Sam Cecilia, he was the best friend of Michael Chiesa before the Patricio Pitbull fight. Then Georgie Karakanian, right? And Taiwan Claxton, Daniel Woodchill. So he's kind of making my way back to you, babe, right? And if his babe is the Bellator 145-pound title, he is steadily making his way back to his babe. So, damn, dude. Pitbull is so damn dominant, but Emmanuel Sanchez, man, I feel it. I'm torn. I feel it's his time, but Pitbull's so damn dominant. So I want to hear your assessment of it.
Yeah, this one's a tough fight. I mean, the last fight was a bunch of 10-9s, right? It's a very close fight. So the thing about the champ is when he fights you once and he doesn't knock you out, the next time he fights you, he finds a way to knock you out. That's the thing about him, you know?
Yep.
He always finds a way, man. He always finds a way. Yeah, if he loses to you the first time, he's going to come back and beat you. He knows how to make adjustments. This is why he is the champion. This is why he is a two-weight class champion.
Yes, he is.
On top of his ability to make adjustments, he has enormous power in both hands, such that he easily puts people to sleep with little effort. Effort. He touches your chin and you go to sleep. The people that has yet to be knocked out by him, like for example Juan Nachaleta, Juan was moving around the entire time. You got to have an excellent gas tank to not get knocked out by this fella. If Emmanuel El Matador Sanchez does not want to go to sleep, he has to keep moving. He has to initiate that grappling that he does so well, right? He has to He has to become a complete mixed martial artist to keep
Mm-hmm.
from getting knocked out, right? In controlling the match, hopefully he can win by split decision. But this is 5 rounds here. We got 5 rounds of war.
Yeah.
5 rounds. Their first fight, I believe, was a 3-round battle. This is a 5-round battle, and it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be a war of attrition. Who is in shape? Is Sanchez in shape? I mean, we know the champ. The champ can go for 5. He can go for 5. He can go. He can go to 145 and dominate. He can go to 155 and dominate. Weight cutting is not an issue for him.
Mm-hmm.
Cardio is not an issue for him. He is so confident in himself because of his power, because
Yes.
of his dominance.
Mm-hmm.
Sanchez cannot say the same. The burden here is on Sanchez to come out and prove himself. He's already lost before. All the pressure is on him.
Mm-hmm.
The champ just has to show up and do very little to win. I mean, he'll take that knockout if it comes, but
Yeah.
the burden here is on El Matador. El Matador has to
Yes.
come out and be special. He's got to be extraordinary special. And I don't know, man. I don't think El Matador is ready to be extra special. I think he can only do special right now. For now, he's just special. But to beat Patricio Pitbull, he's got to be extra special. And I don't think he's got that extra part down yet. I see Pitbull either winning this by unanimous decision or stoppage in the 5th round.
I like it. I'm not gonna go against it. Now Don McGuire has some interesting commentary here, and I'll bring it up in just a second. He says that Emmanuel Sanchez is a straight freak. Good fighter, but don't
Yes,
get the
he is.
nipple pinching. Which again, John Jones theoretically didn't give a shit about giving up his 205 UFC title because guess what?
Mhm.
He is the world champion, the undisputed world champion in eye pokes. I mean, that'll make fucking Leon Edwards blush, right? He's won championships just on fucking eye pokes. So I'm just saying. And he says Pitbull all day. Yep, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna go
Yeah.
against you guys. Fucking Pitbull by 3rd round KO, assuming that Sanchez lasts that long.
Yeah. I mean, El Matador, he's so good that he'll make it into the 5th against Pitbull. He'll make it in. I mean, they've gone 3 rounds before. He'll make it into the 5th. He's that good. Just like Mr. McGuire said, he is a freak. He is a freak. But he's going in. These things are equalizers, man. Patricia Pitbull, his fists are equalizers. At any point, you could go to sleep. That burden will be right there in the mind of Mr. Sanchez, and he's just got too much against him. He's got too much
Mm-hmm.
against
Yeah.
him. One, he's coming. I mean, he already lost to the man, right?
Yeah.
He's got to watch out for those hands, right? The man's got cardio for days. I mean, it's an uphill battle. He's got this huge boulder that he has to push uphill. Can he push it uphill? Yeah, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. So I'm not going to go against the champion in this fight. I'm picking the champion to win, and he's going to win decisively.
I like it. I like it. So that is the Bellator 255, our first Bellator preview show. Hey, I mean, Voodoo, what you doing Saturday? Anytime Saturday. Do you want to do a post fight?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do a post Bellator on Saturday. That would be our first on Saturday, huh?
Yes, absolutely. So
Yeah.
we will figure
Let's
out
get
the
it.
times, but you will see the very times when we upload it and kind of configure everything out. So that is one of the reasons why you need to be subscribed to the Voodoo in the Woods Facebook and YouTube page so you can get all of the info on what the hell we're doing. I'm just saying,
That's
right?
right. That's
So
right.
And for added stuff, Voodoo, where can they find you on social media?
Well, it's quite simple. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter every day. And he is according to Woods. You can find him on every single platform there is. Adam Woods, according to Woods.
That is it. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, John McGuire. And for those who haven't already seen it, check out the interview with UFC Hall of Famer Matt Hughes on Don McGuire on the Fighter's Voice page. It is a doozy. So we will see you Saturday sometime for more Voodoo in the Woods.